よう、4年ぶりだな、ライナー。
While watching Attack on Titan, there are a lot of scenes that hit close to home for me, but out of all the well-executed, emotionally rousing, adrenaline-filled scenes, the one that really stuck with me was Eren's conversation with Reiner in Season 4. A scene that provides us with the true extent of Eren Yeager's intelligence and his ability to plan things ahead of time.
よう、4年ぶりだな、ライナー。
Alright, so right off the bat, Eren uses Falco to bring Reiner into the basement. So before the conversation has even actually begun, Reiner is caught completely off guard, which puts him at a compromised and anxious mental state. The first thing that Reiner asks upon seeing Eren is how he actually got to Marley, a question which Eren promptly shuts down by saying, "Really? After all this time, that's the first thing that you want to ask me?" This acts as a very direct and clear-cut way of establishing the position of both parties in the conversation. By shutting down Reiner's question, Eren makes it abundantly clear that he is the one who will decide which direction this conversation will go, and Reiner will just have to follow the suit.
ここはいい席だろう。ステージの喧騒がよく聞こえる。
The next set of dialogues are something that have really caught my attention. By saying that these are, quote, good seats filled with people waiting for the curtains to open, Eren makes his intentions very clear to Reiner. You either do what you're told, or I will do what I need to do. Reiner understands that Eren has all the cards to play right now, and thus is cooperative in this situation. As Reiner takes his seat, I would like to bring your attention to the seating arrangement in the room. Eren lets Reiner sit close to the exit door, while he himself sits on the inside of the room. A common trick among police interrogators is to make the suspect sit on the inside of the room, while they themselves sit close to the door, blocking the exit, just to make it clear to the suspect that between him and the door, the interrogators are always there to block him. Eren, however, does the exact opposite. He lets Reiner take the seat close to the exit. This makes it easier for Reiner to exit the basement if he wants to, but at the same time, keeping Falco in the room as well as reminding Reiner that the area is filled with civilians. Eren makes it clear to Reiner that if he does not cooperate, then he will not hesitate to transform. Reiner in this case has the option to exit the door, but he does not have the choice to do so. It's like keeping poisoned food in front of a starving man. In this case, the man has the option to eat the food, but he knows that if he does eat the food, he will die anyway. So despite having the option, he does not exactly have a choice in this regard. Now that Eren has established control over the situation, he moves on to the next phase of his psychological destruction of Reiner. I would like to point out just how well the placement of objects is laid out in this scene. Every time we get a full wide shot of these two men, we see Eren on the right side of the screen, while Reiner being on the left side. This is a technique used very often by filmmakers to make the audience respect one character more than the other. Since most people are right-handed, we are neurologically wired to see the right side as the dominant side, and the left side as the weaker side. By placing Eren on the right side, the frame essentially psychologically manipulates us as the audience to give Eren more respect than Reiner. For the sake of a few examples, I'll add the Captain America fight in the beginning of the Winter Soldier. As we can see, Captain America has been placed on the right side of the frame to make the audience root for him and present him as the right choice in the audience's eyes. Another great example can be from Captain America Civil War, where Tony is fighting Steve and Bucky. Everywhere from the posters to the actual scene, Tony was put on the right side of the frame, which showed its results, as despite being a Captain America movie, a lot of the audience actually ended up rooting for and siding with Tony Stark. Now, another very small detail that I would like to point out here is how much space Eren and Reiner are given in the frame. The space between Eren's head and the end of the right side of the screen is significantly bigger than the space between Reiner's head and the left side of the screen. The extra head space might seem somewhat frivolous, but is actually instrumental in making Eren seem like the more dominant force in this conversation. By giving him more open space on the screen, the frame practically presents Eren as the controlling party of the situation. The next thing that Eren does is what is called regulated emotional diversion. Now, what regulated emotional diversion means is that an outside party or source is regulating your emotions in such a way so as to divert your mind from those exact emotions. At this point in the conversation, Reiner is extremely anxious and is very much on edge and alert as he realizes the threat that Eren poses to these innocent civilians. Eren cannot afford to have Reiner so alert right before his invasion begins, and so, to make sure that Reiner is completely out of commission, he exploits his biggest weakness. When Eren was captured by Reiner and Bertolt, he saw with his own eyes how Reiner's guilt had caused him to actually almost lose his mind. And this is exactly what Eren uses to his advantage in this situation. By bringing up Reiner's past actions on parody, Eren diverts Reiner's emotions from a sense of anxiety to a sense of absolute and complete guilt. But he does not just stop here. He once again uses regulated diversion to divert Reiner's guilt into a sense of hope. As Reiner is down on his knees, Eren extends a hand of friendship, and Reiner, being emotional and vulnerable as he is in this moment, completely lowers his guard and extends his own hand back to Eren. And just as he makes that mistake, Eren transforms, leaving Reiner with just enough time to transform partially and protect Falco. With Marley's biggest combat unit now taken care of, Eren begins his invasion of Marley, leaving behind this immaculate example of complete manipulation and control, a scene so masterfully written that it will perhaps remain my favorite scene in the entirety of Season 4. Guys, if you liked the video, do not forget to leave a like in the comment section below. Just leave a like, just press the like button and leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. I really need to figure out how to do a proper outro for these videos, but for now, that would be it. This is Instinctive Awareness signing out. I hope you all have a great day.